Hey guys, welcome back. This is Algebra 1, Chapter 1, Chapter 1.2, Section 2, Example 4. So this is going to be the story problem that we're going to look at. Remember how I talked about mean in the beginning? This is why you need to know it. So use the table to find the number of miles X you need to bike on Friday so that the mean number of miles biked per day is 5. This is a big problem to know how to do. This will come up over and over. ACT, SAT, your standardized test to get out of ninth grade, to graduate. Okay, so let's start thinking about the problem solving aspect of it. Understand the problem. So when we look at this, we have this chart here that goes over, this is how many miles we did every day. We want to average a certain number of miles per day. So even if you don't know how to do this problem right now, one thing should be clicking off in your head. They said we wanted to find the mean. So you know how to find the mean. In other words, you have to think of this formula. This really is a formula, okay? And that's individual. So you add the individual values, you divide by the number of values, and that equals the mean. You can think of this as the mean formula. It's a concept, but you can think of it as a formula. So now I need to know what to plug in for each of these things, okay? Well, when you look at the chart, here are all the individual values. Who cares if X is one of those values? It's just part of it, okay? So here are all the individual values, and then we'll divide by the number, and then it will equal the mean. But here they gave us the mean. So that's where the little tweak in this problem comes, okay? So we are going to write ours out, and I am going to, actually, I'll let theirs follow through. So you see I'll use the definition of mean to write an equation that represents the problem. That's why I just showed you that other board. That's how you have to think of the definition of mean. And now 3.5, so what we did on Monday, what we did on Tuesday, what we did on Wednesday, what we did on Thursday, what we need to do on Friday should all be added up, divided by 5, and we want that to equal 5, okay? Now, this problem doesn't look exactly like all the other problems we did, but it's very close. This one, you have to use the second way I showed you how to do example 2. So I need to go back and I need to make the words mea culpa, my fault, my problem. You will know how to do the second way. There is a way to do this, but I'm not going to show you the harder way. So when we have this, actually, I'm just going to use their touch screens. I don't know why it went down so fast. So here was the equation they had written. And now from this step to this step was just simplifying. Notice we simplified everything up top. Since this is a numerator, the one thing I don't like when people hear parentheses, you can think of parentheses around this because it's a group. This group is the numerator. So everything up here can be combined. You can't divide by 5 yet, but I can take all of these and add them together and get 14. So 14 plus X is 5. Or excuse me, 14 plus X divided by 5 is 5. Now you're going to want to think of this as an individual thing. Or you can actually think of it the same way we did our other steps. X is being increased by 14, then that whole thing is being divided by 5, okay? So what's the first thing you have to undo? Divided by 5. How do you undo divided by 5? You multiply both sides by 5. These 5s will cancel out, inverse operation each other. And you'll be left with 14 plus X equals 25. Now, X is being increased by 14 to be 25. Subtract 14 on each side. You're left with X is 11. Okay? Now, I know you guys can go back and click through this real quick. I just want to explain where everything came from again. These were all the individual miles you ran each day. This is what I need to run on Friday. There will be 5 total days biked, so that's where this 5 came from. This 5 is what I want the mean to be, okay? So if you want to see me plug it in on the here, it would have been, I'm sorry, I need to click back and see the thing. So it was 3.5. Hey, you don't need to see me do that. I think that makes sense to you guys. I don't want to make this video take too long. So hopefully this makes sense. What this means is they will need to bike 11 miles on Friday to have an average of 5 each time. Another way you can think about this is this happens all the time in your class. What do I need to get on this test to have an average grade of? So that's where this problem would come up a lot. And then you can look back and you can check, does that make sense? Okay. And another way to check it is just to plug it in. 3.5 plus 5.5 plus 5 plus 11. When you add all those up, you get to 25. 25 divided by 5 is 5. That's how you check it. You'd have to check it all by hand. Just for time's sakes, I'm not doing all of that right now. But ask me if you have questions on this in class. And thank you very much. And I will see you guys in class.